Hey everyone, welcome to this session where we'll focus on our neck and shoulders. Who's not sticky in their neck and shoulders? Maybe you spend a lot of time on devices or texting or driving, commuting, and most of us are in a forward head position even if we don't think we are. So hopefully this session can bring some relief into this region. I'm sitting up on a bolster today, so I'm really elevating my hips because we're going to be here for a few minutes. If your legs start to fall asleep, just kick a leg out or switch positions and come back. But elevate your hips enough that you feel like you can be here for a bit. And then you might want an extra blanket with you for this session as well. So come into a seat when you're ready and start by rolling through your shoulders a little bit. So you can roll your shoulders one way and then the other. You might even think about bringing your shoulder blades a little bit together on your back, up towards the ceiling, forwards and down, and switching directions with that. Make this movement yours. Maybe your head and neck is moving around with it, maybe not. You might use your breath. One more time in this big, luxurious shoulder roll. And then let's let our shoulders lift up around our ears like we're a bit stressed. And then exhale, let them drop. Let's do that again. Lift your shoulders up and drop them. Okay, so let's start by taking our right ear by our right shoulder. So lean your head over to the right, opposite of me. And let's explore taking our right hand underneath our collarbone on the left side and pulling the skin down. So maybe you can kind of feel, hopefully you can get onto your own skin underneath your shirt and pull your skin down on that side. And you might feel an increased stretch through the fascia, the muscle tissue on the left side of your neck. And that might be enough. You might also want to make little nodding movements with your head. So up and down. Or maybe little no movements, little yes movements. Exploring kind of laterally across your neck, up and down. You might close your eyes and tune into your breathing here. You can work with that abdominal breath, slowing down your breath, breathing into your belly. Let's stay here for one more long breath, making any of those little movements that feel great for you. Okay, we'll let that right hand go off of our neck and let our chin roll down towards our chest. Take a breath there. And we'll take our left ear over our left shoulder. Sometimes when I switch sides, it's a little cranky, so you can go slow. And then we'll take our left hand under our shirt onto the chest skin underneath your right collarbone and pull a little down on that. So you can feel maybe a little more tension, a little bit more pulling of the fascia of the muscles along the right side of your neck. And you might stay there. It might be sensational enough, or you can move into some of those little movements with your chin, little yes movements, little no movements. And we're pretty much kind of flossing all of this tissue in our neck that can get really tight and letting the layers of fascia and muscle tissue slide a little bit more with these small movements. So again, you can come back to that abdominal breath, maybe slow your breath down. Sometimes I notice when I do this kind of work, I can actually hear a little bit better. Like it opens up tension that's around my ear, around my temples and my jaw. So one more breath here. We'll let that left hand go. Let our chin roll down towards our chest. And then lift your chest a little to lift your gaze so that you look forwards. So if your legs are a little cranky, move them around. And I'm going to ask you to take your hands to your ears and actually give your ears a little massage as well as your jaw. So you can kind of take your fingers, your peace fingers and your thumb, and grab a hold of your ears, and you can stretch your ears away from your skull all the way around. You can grab the cartilage around your earlobe and kind of pull on it and massage around your ears and explore how this makes our temple skin feel and around our jaw. This is a technique to activate your vagus nerve, so it's another little biohack to calm your nervous system down. You might grab a hold of your earlobes and give them a little tug, a little pull. For me, this feels really good. And then you might take your hands to your jaw and massage around your jaw, maybe even your temples. Maybe close your eyes and get in there. There might be some pressure points that you want to press into for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to let our hands come down. It's amazing how simple some things can be and how good they can feel. And let's take our arms out to the sides and take our left arm over top of our right. Give ourselves a hug there. And you can stay like this, or if it's possible for you, take a hold, your palms find each other. So take a hold of either your left wrist or let your palms find each other like this. Okay, let's try lifting our elbows up, whichever position you're in there, maybe looking up a little, and then curling our elbows in towards our abdomen and tucking our chin. Let's do that a couple times. So lifting up a little there and curling in. Maybe you're feeling a bigger stretch across the back side of your shoulders and your upper back. This might feel really good. And we'll come to the middle, and now we're going to tick-tock our elbows to the left and our shoulders to the left, and take our right ear towards our right shoulder. Okay? And then switching sides. So taking our elbows and our shoulders to the right and taking our left ear towards our left shoulder. And you can do this a couple more times, shifting left to right. So we are working with front and back in our neck and spine, and now we're working a little more side to side. All right, one more like that. And let's let that go and switch sides. So now we're going to take our right arm over our left. Give yourself a hug there, or find your palms, or find your right wrist. And we're going to go up and down. So up with the elbows, up with your chin, and down. And maybe you're making these movements a little slower than me, and that's great. So you're in charge of your body, and you're in charge of your pacing and your breath rhythm, forwards and back. Okay, let's do the tick-tock side to side. So we're going to go shoulders to the left, right ear towards that elevated right shoulder. And then shoulders to the right and left ear towards that elevated left shoulder. And again, you might be getting a lot less movement than me. Maybe you're getting a lot more movement than me. Just checking out this lateral side movement through your neck and shoulders. You might breathe with it for a couple more breaths. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Go for how it feels. Loosening up here. Okay, let's release our arms out and let our hands drop down. Okay, let's shift gears and come off of a seat, and we're going to land in a tabletop form. So hands and knees. From this position, take your left arm up into the air. It's kind of an awkward twist. And slide your left hand, palm facing up, underneath your right armpit and take your temple to the ground. You can tense your right fingers in front and push with your right hand a little bit to spiral yourself so that maybe you look a little more towards the ceiling. I'm getting a pretty big stretch through my low back, mid back, upper back here. And I'm going to take a few breaths into those areas that feel a little more restrictive or tight. And if you can remember to come back to slow abdominal breathing, if that's available, you can go into that. Feel free. For some of you, you might want to take your right arm up if that's okay on your neck. Even turn your palm behind you and reach that palm to your right side of your lower back, maybe the left side of your lower back, maybe your inner left leg. And if your arm's in that position, we're going to take it down to the ground. Press into the right hand. Come on back up to tabletop. Catch some of that euphoria that you might have from that big twist. And arch your spine. And then angry cat your spine. So come into the center. We're going to switch sides. So it's that right arm up into that kind of awkward twist. Take it underneath your left armpit, palm facing up. Right temple to the ground, and your left hand content. Fingertips on the ground, and maybe push into that to spiral yourself a little more into a twist. And experiment breathing a little more fully into your abdomen. Many of us hold our abdomens tight and suck in our abdomen. And that can really restrict this abdominal breathing. That can boost your parasympathetic system. So for this time, even if you suck your abdomen in sometimes, try doing something different and breathing into your belly a little. Okay, if you like, that top arm can come up. Maybe the palm turns behind you. You might take it to the left side of your lower back, the right side of your lower back, or catching the inner right leg if you like. Breath in. Breath out. And we'll come out of that. If you're in that position, left hand to the ground, press into that left hand, slowly find your way up. And again, arching your spine. And angry cat your spine. One more time like that, arching. And rounding. Okay, neutral spine there. Let's close our practice with one exercise for our shoulders. So we're going to come down into a belly down position, a prone position, and take our right arm straight out to the side. So your right arm can go out towards a T position, and we're going to press a little into our right hand and take our right temple to the ground. I'm just going to give you an option here to take a blanket underneath your right temple. It might give some of you a little more space in your neck. I'm going to do that for myself. So take that temple down to the right blanket and then press into your left hand again and roll your left hip on top of your right. So now that might be enough stretch through the right chest, or if you want, you can lift your top left knee and tiptoe your left toes behind you or plant the sole of your foot down. And if you're feeling a lot of back bend, try anchoring your sit bones towards your heels. So a little bit of a drawing down of your sit bones. And we'll explore this for a couple breaths. If you're holding with your neck, which sometimes we do, sometimes your neck wants to help out with everything. See if you can soften your neck any amount there. I'm going to give you one more option here. So if you roll back onto your abdomen and you're not feeling too much stretch in this, try taking your hand up towards a Y position and pressing into your hand a little. So not all the way up, but on a diagonal, and then rolling back into that position wherever you land and seeing if you get a little more stretch out of the front of your right chest. Wherever you're at, this might be a nice opportunity to come into that belly breathing. Maybe pressing your right hand a little down into the ground and see if that changes the sensation of stretch around your right shoulder. One more breath here. So good. Okay, let's roll back onto our abdomen, and in between sides, I got a pretty good stretch in my right pec. So I'm going to take my hands down, stack them, place forehead down, and this is a really neat place to check out your abdominal breathing because your belly can breathe right into the ground like an earth breath. So you can explore that expansion. Maybe you even feel some movement in your low back with your breathing. Okay, and switch sides. So left arm out in a T position to start, or if you know you want that Y position, go for it right away. Press a little bit into your hand and take your left temple to the ground, and you're welcome to roll your right hip over your left, or lift that top knee, tiptoe, or plant the sole of your foot behind you. If you're getting a lot of low back bend, anchor your sit bones, the bones that you sit on, towards your backs of your legs, towards the bottom of your mat. I'm noticing that I want to go right into that Y position right away. So I'm going to diagonal my hand, press a little into the left hand, and roll back over. Finding that just right stretch for you in the left side of your chest. You certainly don't have to take your top leg behind you. You could keep it stacked, and that might be just enough sensation. And if you like tuning into your belly breathing, maybe checking out if you press a little more into your left hand, does it change the stretch around your left shoulder? So nice. Okay, let's roll back. If you're ready to roll back onto your abdomen, I'm going to stack my hands again. Here you can join me to place your forehead on your hands. And perhaps you let that belly breath happen and see if you can breathe into your back as well here. Some of us with low back stickiness or pain or discomfort, a little bit of breath movement into that region might do a lot. So for our final resting form, you might flip right over onto your back. If you feel like it might be useful to find a child's form, bringing your hips back towards your heels to stretch out your low back there, that might be a place where you linger for a breath. You could also meet me in a seat to close this practice. And I'm going to close in a seat today with a prop underneath my hips. So maybe you find that shape as well. And find a few grounding breaths to close this practice. You might scan your body and notice if there's any difference from when you first arrived on your mat. Maybe sigh, exhale out of your mouth. Last few minutes here together. And if you feel a little settled, maybe also tune into anything that you appreciate in this moment. Is there any deep appreciation for your breath, for your body, for having this time for yourself, for people in your life, maybe the natural world. Stay here for as long as you need to, as long as you have time for. I want to thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. May you have peace.